Hey divas, welcome back to the makeup box. And yes, I am here to serve you this gorgeous autumn glam. Like, listen, I am so feeling this makeup look. So if you want to see how I created this look, then you know what to do. Also, if you have not subscribed this yet, like, what are you waiting for? It's free. You can subscribe for free. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. So let's just cut to it. So guys, first I'm going to give myself a nice pop-up highlight on my brow bone. So I'm just taking my Alamada brush and I'm going into my Becca Prosecco Pop for that perfect brow bone highlight. Then next I'm going to jump into my Morphe Dare to Create palette. This is the 39A palette. And listen, this palette has been what? I used this once on this channel and this is such a phenomenal palette. Like, this palette is so good. So I'm just taking the shade Define Me as my first transitional color, and I'm just using windshield wiper motions to apply that pigment all over the area that I desire. So going back into the palette, I'm now taking the shade Evolve and I'm just applying that to give me some more depth and smokiness into the crease. And then I'm gonna jump into Slice, and this is like a brown, a dark brown with some purple undertones. I really want my crease to be nice and defined, so I'm just taking this color and I'm just gonna stack this right there in the crease to give me that nice definition that I desire. And I failed to mention before that I have already primed my eyelids. I've already used my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Pan Sand to do that. And I took my brows off camera as well. So right now I'm just taking the time to blend between those colors. You want a nice seamless blend. You know, darker shades are kind of hard to work with, so you really want to take the time to blend out your shadows so that everything could be nice and seamless. Jumping back into the palette, I'm now taking the shade Muse, and this is a black shade, and just to deepen up the crease a bit more. Like I said, I want a nice defined crease, so when I cut the crease, like, that definition will still peek through. So I'm just adding a little bit more depth to this look by using the shade Muse. So here's my favorite part, that is cutting the crease, because you want your shadows on point, honey. You want them popping. So I'm just taking that same Alamada brush and I am using the same Tarte Shape Tape that I primed my eyelids with in the shade Pan Sand, and I'm just lightly carving out that area of my eye that I want to deposit the rest of the shadows. So that's basically a cut crease. So I'm just carving out that area nice and slow. You want to take your time with this. You don't want to rush because you want it to look right. You want it to look proper. So I'm just carving out as I go, and I'm blending as well. Carve, then blend, carve, then blend, just using a little stroke at a time. So that's the easiest way I can explain it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now to prepare the rest of the eye for the rest of the shadows. Okay, so next I'm gonna dive back into that palette and I'm gonna take that color Slice and I'm just blending out the outer edge of that concealer to make sure that everything is well blended. Before we go in with the other shades for the lid, I want that to be nice and blended. Then jumping back into the palette and I'm taking that shade Inspire, and this is like one of those gorgeous autumn fall colors. You know, you have the oranges and you have the greens. Well, this is one of those greens. I'm so loving it right now, and I'm just applying that to the mid portion of my eyelid, and then I'm gonna leave a little tiny space to the inner corner because I want to go back in with another eyeshadow. So I'm gonna be taking the So Glam shade out of the palette and I'm just gonna apply that to the inner part and just fading that in onto the green. Like, this look is so gorgeous. This screams fall. before we move on to the rest of the face, we're just gonna make sure that everything is nicely blended and that everything is, all the colors are just merging together and it looks nice and seamless. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and get the skin all primed and ready for foundation. So I'm gonna be taking my BAESCU Aloe and Cucumber Facial Spray, and I'm just using my Real Technique sponge to just pounce that into the skin. And for some added insurance, I'm going to be using one of my favorite primers, and that is the COVERFX Blurring Primer. Like, listen, I love this stuff so much because exactly what it says it does that. It blurs pores, it minimizes the appearance of fine lines, it really gets skin ready for foundation, and it just helps my foundation to really last. So I always try to remember to use this as one of my steps in my foundation routine. So next, I'm going to go into color correct all those areas that I have, you know, hyperpigmentation, my dark circles, and around my mouth and nose. We're going to blend that out and just get ready to prepare our skin for foundation. So after I've already blended out my color corrector, next I'm going to jump into my foundation. And the foundation of choice for today is the MILANI Conceal and Perfect. It's a 2-in-1 concealer foundation kind of thing. And listen, I have been sleeping on this foundation a bit. Like, this has been sitting on my vanity for quite some time, but I never really gravitate towards it. I always go to something else. But yeah, this is a good foundation and a good investment. This is like maybe $9 or $10 now. But yeah, I purchased off the MILANI website quite a while ago. And like I said before, I just don't really use it as often, but it's a really nice foundation. It's like medium to full coverage, and it really does a good job. So hats off to MILANI. This is a good foundation. So next, I'm gonna go in with my concealer, and to conceal and highlight, I'll be using my holy grails, and that's the Tarte Shape Tape Concealers in Deep and Tan Sand. I'm gonna be using two because, you know, I like to mostly conceal with Deep, and then for a pop of highlight, I like to go in with Tan Sand. So yeah, roughly this is what I'm doing. I'm just highlighting those areas that I want to attract light to, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that is what she's doing. I'm gonna apply this, and then I'm gonna blend this out with a brush, then later on clean it up with a sponge. Yeah, so lately I've been feeling these fall inspired makeup tutorials. Like, if you guys have any other ideas you want to shoot me, you know, feel free to go in the comment section below and let me know, because I'm really here for it. Like, these colors are just so gorgeous, like the green and the dark purples and the oranges. It just screams fall, which is like my favorite time of the year. Like, I love fall, I love Christmas. Like, yeah, I'm here for it. So ladies, you want to make sure that everything is blended out, that everything is nice and seamless. Before you set it, you want to make sure everything looks perfect. You know, take your time and get it done properly. So next, I'm just going in with my Maybelline FITME. This is my FITME setting powder, and this is in shade Deep or Medium Deep 30. And I'm just setting all of the areas that I applied my concealer. So next, I'm going to be jumping into my pressed powder for the day. And no, it's not the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. You guys know how much I love that. But I'll be using my ColourPop No Filter Foundation and taking that onto a BH Cosmetics Vegan One Brush. I'm lightly applying that all over my face because it's nice and lightweight. It doesn't have your face feeling heavy and cakey. So yeah. Like, look at this, guys. Like, she dropped. She fell and broke, and I'm still gonna use it because product is still there. So taking a Morphe brush, this is one of the Rose Gold collection brushes, I'm just taking that color, not ColourPop, CoverGirl Queen Ebony bronzer, and I'm just applying that all over the areas that I want to apply those dark shadows to. So I'm just, my husband was making me laugh, so excuse me. But yeah, we were having a good time. Anyway, I'm just taking the bronzer and I'm just lightly contouring my nose, and I'll be using this Coastal Scents shadow brush, and this is from their Smoky Set kit. I don't even know if they still sell this, but yeah, this is from the Smoky Eye kit, and I'm just lightly dusting that bronzer onto my nose. Now, to further blend out this nose contour, next I'm going to be taking that same brush that I apply my highlight with, my powder highlight. I'm just going to take that and just blend out those harsh lines, and to define my cuticle some more, I'm just adding a bit more of that bronzer there. Now I'm setting everything in place with my Mario Badescu facial spray. For a pop of color onto the apples of my cheek, I'm going in with my Coastal Scents Forever blush in the color Radiant, or in the shade Radiant. Now you girls know she had to go in with some highlight, so I'm taking my Becca Prosecco Pop highlight, and this, yeah, it's Prosecco Pop. I was gonna say this is in the shade, but it's Prosecco Pop, and I'm using the SL GLAM brush to apply this onto the high points of my face. So next, I'm going to be going in with my eyeliner, and this is the Tarte Sex Kitten eyeliner, and this is like super black, so I'm just tight lining my waterline with that. And then to bring some definition to my lower lash line, the same thing that I did for my crease, I'm just going in with the same colors, and I'm just smoking out my lower lash line. Yeah, so you guys know the drill. We couldn't do such a dramatic eye without applying a wing liner. So I'm going in with my favorite wing liner because it's super black. And this is the NYC liquid liner in the shade Black. Is it black or noir? Can't remember right now, but we're winging it out regardless. Then next, I'm going to be taking my Bella Pierre mascara, and I'm just going to do a few coats of this on my lashes in preparation for my falsies. So while the glue on my lashes is getting nice and tacky, we're going to go in and prep the lips. And I'm lining my lips with MAC's Night Moth lip liner. And the lipstick of choice for today is the Lorac Pro liquid lipstick in the shade Dark Cherry, and I did line 2 to 3 coats of this. And you could have done a nude lip or maybe a mauve or pinky lippy, but I wanted something nice and dark that screams fall. And listen, like this look overall screams autumn, screams fall, and I am so in love with it right now. So yeah, I'm just applying that all over the lips, and next I'm gonna pop on my lashes because the glue is like nice and tacky. And this will bring us to the end of this tutorial. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, let me know down below the looks that you want to see next. And until next time, bye.